Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. Obviously you can see this is another haul video, but this is from a different place than I usually source my items from. So I wanted to talk to you for a couple minutes about where I got this stuff from, and it might be another resource for you guys to find some of your inventory. I know I've mentioned it on other videos, but every once in a while I will find things to resell from a kids consignment sale that we have in our town a few times a year. When I was pregnant with my daughter 17 years ago, there was a woman in town who started this consignment sale business. And it started out very small, and it's grown and grown and grown through the years. And initially, I just used it, obviously, to buy clothes for my daughter, and then I would go to the next sale, resell the things that she'd grown out of, and the toys she'd grown out of, and buy more, and so on and so on. And that cycle continued pretty much until this past year. She's 16 now. She doesn't want other people's clothes on consignment. She's pickier. So now I use it as a resource for my eBay business. Mainly because over the years, the woman who runs it has expanded a lot of categories and let us sell a lot more things than we used to be able to. So it's not strictly kids at all at this point. So it's been a great way for me to find things to sell in my store, especially during the pandemic, because she would, normally the sales were in person. What you would do as a consigner is prep, tag, and price all of your own stuff. Everybody would take it to a central location. Right now we have it at the local ice rink down the street, and people there would inspect everything, make sure everything worked. That was usually my job. Those are the shifts I volunteered for. And then the sale would last 3 or 4 days, and after everything was broken down, you either had the option to go back and pick up your stuff that didn't sell so you could sell it in another sale or do whatever you wanted with it, or you could just choose donate, and they would have trucks come and pick up all that stuff and disperse it to different local charities. And then depending on if you worked any shifts, your cut was anywhere from 60 to 75%. 60 if you didn't work at all, 75 if you worked up to, I think, 3 volunteer shifts. So that's basically how it worked for years. And like I said, it was normally kid stuff, clothes, decor, games, puzzles, toys, baby items, all that kind of stuff. And then as it grew, she started to expand the number of categories, and she started doing seasonal stuff, which you guys know I loved because that meant people were bringing their Christmas items in. And then she started to do women's coats, designer bags, women's shoes. What else? I know there's something I'm forgetting. But my favorite category that she decided to include in these past few years has been her, what she calls white elephant, which basically means anything that's brand new. Anything at all. So, of course, I jumped all over that one. I really didn't resell any of the stuff, any of the kids' stuff. I started to resell from her sale after she included this white elephant category. So when the sales were online, it was great because you could just take pictures of stuff at your house, upload it to a central website, and people shopped online. The only drawback with doing that as a buyer was if you found something and you really liked it and you wanted to make sure nobody else snatched it up, you kind of had to buy it, check out real quick, and then you could go back and look for more stuff. So what you see on the table right now is a combination of items that I found in her latest online sale and in-person sale. This time around, she did both. She did an online sale one week, and then the next week, she did an in-person sale. Most of this stuff is from online, and then the last 4 things are from the in-person sale that I went to. So let me show you. I know we have a lot of these in New Jersey now. A lot of other stay-at-home moms and stuff have decided to take this on and start this business. So we have a lot of these kids consignment sales here and in Pennsylvania. So check your area out and see what they have. I can't guarantee that all of these sales are run the same way or include the same categories, but they're definitely worth checking out. And if you have kids, it's an awesome resource for finding low-priced items for your family. All right, so this was the first thing that I found on the online sale, and I'm going to show this to you last because this was my best find of all. But since she does white elephant stuff, you're allowed to include, health and beauty items. So there were a couple that I found online. This one is called Hydropeptide Moisture Reset Phytonutrient Facial Oil. I believe I paid $7 for this. I think. Yeah. Paid $7 for this, and this normally sells for around $50, I believe, with free shipping. Then this Armani Mania, I think I paid $15 for. This is a unisex fragrance, I believe. This Eau de Toilette, 1.7 ounce. Paid $15, and it sells for around $150. Then in the craft section, well, she's always let you sell crafts. There's always been kids crafts, but she lets you sell scrapbooking and pretty much any kind of craft there. She always has. So of course, I always look for the cross-stitch stuff. I've found bits and pieces of it over the years. But this particular seller was selling these 3 patterns all together for $2. And this Butternut Road and Lavender and Lace, these are pretty popular patterns. They have this Victorian vibe. This one's called Catch the Wind. This is Angel of Freedom. And this is Angel of Love. These 2 right here sell for about $10 a piece with free shipping. And this one sells anywhere from between $25 to $40, I believe. Maybe a little bit more. So I think I put mine up for $30 with free shipping. Don't quote me on that. But it was definitely a good deal for $2 for all 3 of these. The next thing that I found online was this Hallmark North Pole Communicator. This is from 2013, and it's basically a microphone. It has a dial on the bottom, and what you do is there's a clock that you set in the bottom of it, and all through December you can turn this little dial. You can press a button, press this button up here. Your kids can talk into the microphone, and then a voice comes back and talks to them about, what's going on up at the North Pole that particular day. So it's a really cool countdown advent kind of a thing. There's a cartridge in it, and there are different cartridges available so that each year you can replace the cartridge and it won't keep saying the same thing throughout the month of December every year. I don't know how many cartridges they made for this. I think they go from 2013 to 2017 that I'm aware of. I don't know if they still make these cartridges or not, but if you find those out on your travels, buy them, because I think they go for around $40 to $50 a piece just by themselves. This was brand new in the box, but I did take it out and check it because, of course, the batteries were included. And when I looked in the battery compartment, the batteries hadn't corroded, but the little springs that hold the batteries in, at least one of them, was rusty. So I had my husband clean it up. We got it working. I did take pictures of the battery compartment and the clock to show them that everything was working, and did say that, you know, essentially it's in brand new condition. It's never been used, but I did want to disclose that, you know, there was an issue with one of the springs, but it still works great. These normally go for around, I think $75, somewhere around there. I paid $7. Next up is this Phantom of the Opera ornament. This is a Kurt Adler Polonaise blown glass ornament. I think I paid $15 for this. I didn't know until I got it home, and it might be hard to see, that, you know, it's reverse painted, so at least I think it is. Maybe not. Anyway, you can see that it's kind of has a crackle finish to it. I don't think this is the way it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be smooth. But you don't really notice it until you look really closely at it. I tried to get it in the pictures so that people could see. But I still think I can make, I think these usually go for around 60 to 70. Still think I can make at least 50 at a minimum on that. These Hallmark keepsake ornaments, I've sold these before, this 12 Days of Christmas, these 12 Days of Christmas pieces. The partridge by itself, I think, sells for around $50, and there's a few others that do really well. Not all of them in the series, I think, you know, go for the same price, so definitely look them up on your phone before you invest a lot of money in them. This particular seller had a bunch up for sale, and they were all around $10 a piece. And there were a few that I didn't buy, mainly because, you know, after I looked them up, it just wasn't worth it. But this set, I hadn't seen this set before where they were selling 2 in one box, but this is the partridge and the 2 turtle doves. And I guess it's a special reissue of these first 2 ornaments in the series. And I paid $10, and this sells for around $50. Alright, now we're getting into the bigger ticket things that I found online. So I'm going to hold off on these few things and this, and show you what I got in person. Then I'm going to come back over to those 4 things. When I went to the in-person sale, that was also the time when I could pick up my stuff online. Everything was really organized. I just went to the back, you scan a QR code, and they go and find your bags and bring them to you, and, you know, that's that. I think I had 4 or 5 separate orders online because I was trying to get stuff and make sure I checked out before anybody else snatched anything out from under me. But at that same time, since I was picking up, I also took a look at everything else to see if there was anything that I could find additionally that I could sell on eBay. The first thing that I found was this Peerless AV Smart Mount Projector Mount. It is brand new and sealed in the box. It was $5, and these sell on an average of around, I think, $80. So really happy to find that, and I really don't have to do anything except, you know, probably throw it in another box or wrap it in brown paper and send it on its way. This enamel tray was in the decor section. It's really, really pretty with these big cranes on it. It does have one little area down here where there's enamel missing, but that's not a big deal. This is Egyptian, I believe, and it's from a company called Tutanka, and these sell on average around, I think I can get around 40 for this. Then in the DVD section, I got 10 of these Rock and Learn DVDs. These are great if you homeschool. there's a whole bunch of math and science DVDs in here. I've sold these before. I got the whole set for $5, which was a steal. Because a lot of people at the sale overprice their DVDs. That's the one drawback to these consignment sales, is that every seller can put whatever price they want on anything. So you'll have some that'll price things really reasonable, some that are pretty much giving stuff away, and others that kind of want retail, if not more, for their stuff. So that's the only thing that can, make this a little difficult, kind of weeding through all the people that overprice their stuff. But since I found this for $5, I picked it up. I've sold this before. I think I only had 9 instead of 10 when I sold it before, but it was already in the system, so it was really, really easy for me to list. The last set I sold for $40. Don't think they're going for that much anymore, but I did put mine up for $40, and I'll probably throw a best offer on there and hopefully get at least $30 for the set. And then this was the last thing I found, the in-person section of the sale. This is a Led Zeppelin Celebration Day Deluxe Edition. This is footage from a live concert that they did in London, and there are different versions of this box set. Not all of them have 2 DVDs like this one does. This one has the full concert on one DVD and then the dress rehearsal on the other. So what I did was I scanned the barcode when I was at the sale and saw that this particular version is averaging for around $40 to $50 with free shipping. So I picked this up. This was $10. The enamel tray, if I didn't mention it, was $4. And then I'm going to take you guys back to my home runs, or more of my home runs from the online sale. I did really good this time. I was very, very happy. All right, so here is a clock, and I know it's hard to see because the lighting is not great right now, but I picked up this clock, and because when I looked it up, I saw that it said Metropolitan Museum of Art, and it's a color wheel desk clock, and don't know if you can see it because the wheel is moving right here. You can see the colors are changing. They sell a wall clock version of this, and those were the only ones that I could find on eBay. The wall clock versions average for around 100 on eBay. This desk clock I could not find anywhere, except I think in some blog or something, but I couldn't find one for sale. So I picked this up for, I think it was $30, and I'm hoping to at least get 100, but this is definitely something that I'm going to put up for auction because I think it might do better than that, especially since it's apparently much harder to find than the wall clocks. But, keep an eye out for these. These are really popular. The next thing is this little box of vintage angel bell ornaments. These are from a company called Ardalt in Japan, Ardalt, and I'll show you that label in a minute. But they came in the original box. As I said, there's 6 of them in here. They're all in pastel dresses. There's pink, green, blue, and yellow, I believe, and they're all holding these little Christmas cards, and they're all double-sided. And this set in particular does really well because, I don't know if you guys can see that label in there. There it is. This particular set does really well because of the pastel colored gowns. They did make a set where they're all wearing red. That one doesn't sell as well. For some reason, this one is the more popular one. And average sale price for these is around $100 to $150. I paid $10 for the set. And they're all in perfect condition. And then, last 2 things I have to show you guys. This is a can of Kerastase Resistance Double Force Hairspray, made by L'Oreal. I think I paid around 10 to 15 for this. It might have been 15. Usually I would not spend $10 to $15 on a bottled hairspray at an online consignment sale, but when I looked this up, I was shocked because on Amazon, and I don't know how long this has been discontinued, but on Amazon, if you want to buy this, you can buy it for the low price of $238. And on eBay, one recently sold for $150 for hairspray. It's crazy. It's crazy what people will spend when things are discontinued and they can no longer find them. So I figured it was definitely worth the $15 I paid for this hairspray, and you know, we'll see what it does. And then my final thing that I have to show you guys, I'm going to try and take this out of the box so you can see it, is a bottle of this Kiehl's, what is this? Vanilla and Cedarwood Aromatic Mist. This was one of the first things I found when I was looking online. And of course, you guys know that I love to, you know, sell perfume. So I looked this up, and again, jaw dropped on the table. I think I paid $25 for this bottle of perfume, and it sells consistently on eBay for around $300. Oh. Really excited for that. I already have this listed and have a couple watchers. So I'm hoping with Mother's Day coming up soon, maybe it'll sell pretty soon. So that is it, you guys. So make sure you check around your area, see if you guys have any kind of kids consignment sales like this, or any kind of consignment sales in general that work this way. Like I said, the lady in our town does it. She started out 2 times a year. Now she does it 3 or 4 times. And it's just been a really fantastic resource for me to find new inventory. Especially this go round. This was great. The last online sale she had, I think during lockdown, that might have been the first online sale she had. I cleaned up there too. I got a bunch of Fenton figurines, trees, and fairy lamps and stuff like that. It was awesome, and I knocked it out of the park. So, check those out, see if your area has them, and, you know, start shopping. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon.